start out here. We're going to start singing in here, and then we'll go right. Yeah. Yes, yes. It is completely amazing.
I got the Donnie Hollow, you guys. Where should I put it?
Inside it, in there.
Okay, wait, let me get to a staff.
There's a table. No, there's a little table out front there. Put it on the table.
Wait, our seat?
Nice and close. We want to fill this space with the music of Shabbat. So take a few steps in, please. Shabbat Shalom. When I say Shabbat Shalom, you say Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
It's so nice to be here. This room is filled with such delicious food, wonderful people, smiling faces. They call this part of Shabbat Oneg Shabbat. Oneg means delight, and it consists of eating, of singing, of smiling, and we need your help to bring that Oneg spirit to us. So I want to invite you to just take a couple steps in and sing with us.
So let's come together and bring in the Sabbath angels. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni, Baruchuni leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem, Tzedchem leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Invite them in. When you walk into the sanctuary, we hope that the feeling of Shabbat will descend upon you. Please join us in the Martin Meyer Sanctuary for our service.
Shabbat Shalom.
I get to invite up our two incredible B'nai Mitzvah students, Kaylin and Kyle, to join us. However, Kaylin and her family, Kaylin and her family to join us at the Bima, and Kyle and his family. And we are on page 2. To begin Shabbat tonight by welcoming one of our newest members of the community. So I get to invite up Daniel and Aspen and baby Wynn to join us. Yeah, did you hear that? That collective awe? Oh. So we get to begin by sharing two things. One, Wynn, this is your community. And we want you to look out, and you can wave, and we want you to see this group of people and know that it's not just the job of your parents to raise you in a Jewish community. It's the job of everybody here to support you, to get to know you as you grow, to be part of your life. And we also get to announce your Hebrew name that your parents have chosen so carefully for you, which is Oz. Oz means strength. This guy's going to be a strong guy. He's going to be a leader. He's named after his great-grandmother, and she was somebody who was playful. Hi, yes, you have a great smile. She was playful. She was shrewd, but she was also sassy, and she was somebody who personified warmth. And so we can also see you personify warmth, even just in this moment. You're bringing so much warmth to your parents and to all of us. So I'm going to invite my fellow clergy to come, give you a blessing, and we're going to bless you as a family. I get to wrap you in this talit.
Yivarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and protect you.
Ya'er Adonai pa'arav v'yichuneka.
May God be with you and give you great kindness and compassion.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'yasem lecha shalom.
May God's Punim shine upon your beautiful beautiful, beautiful Punim keep you safe all the days of your life and shower you with love and joy and shalom. Can you hear Ratzon?
Can we say to Aspen, to Daniel, to Win/O's, can we say a big mazel tov?
Mazel tov!
Zima tov and mazel tov and mazel tov and zima tov, zima tov and mazel tov and mazel tov and zima tov, zima tov and mazel tov and mazel tov and zima tov. We are on the bottom of page 17. We continue to sing in Shabbat. The very last paragraph, the word is romemu. Say romemu. It means let's raise each other up, right? I need to be raised up. Do you need to be raised up, everybody? Yes, please. Let's raise each other up. Romemu. Okay, like this. Romemu, romemu, romemu. Romemu, Adonai Eloheinu. Romemu, romemu, romemu. Romemu, Adonai Eloheinu. Let's try that again. Romemu, romemu, romemu. Romemu, Adonai Eloheinu. Romemu, romemu, romemu. Romemu, Adonai Eloheinu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Ki kadosh Adonai Repeat after me. V'ishtachavul l'Hadkodsho. Ishtachavul l'Hadkodsho. Ishtachavul l'Hadkodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Romemu, romemu. Romemu, Adonai Eloheinu. Romemu, romemu, romemu. Romemu, Adonai Eloheinu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Ki kadosh
This Shabbat, we may be done with baseball season, but the three of us, the four of us, all of us, have a doubleheader tonight. And that's because the second Friday of every month at Emanu-El is the late Shabbat, a special service designed for those in their 20s and 30s that will meet right here. We'll have hundreds of young adults that come to this sanctuary for the late Shabbat. And at the late Shabbat tonight, we're inviting an organization that might be known to some of you called the Joint Distribution Committee, the JDC, or sometimes known as the Joint. And the JDC, the Joint, they work with Jewish communities all over the world. There's no corner of the world that is untouched by the work of the JDC. and their work is to bring support and sustenance and ruach to those communities. And so it's got us thinking about how right here in our corner of the world in San Francisco, we're here and we're doing our thing, and it's beautiful. But we're traveling a little bit this Shabbat, at least spiritually, at least in our minds. Our music tonight is going to feature some melodies from Jewish communities around the world. The Divrei Torah that the three of us share tonight are going to touch on some of the Jewish communities all over the world. And so what I think is so special about inviting a group like The Joint to meet our young adults, they're going to recruit our young adults to travel with them. Rabbi Rina actually just got back from a trip with them to South Africa. And there are trips that are going all the time to bring young adults to far-flung Jewish communities to learn, to grow, and to be of service. So that's my invitation for you. We're here at 2 Lake Street in San Francisco, but imagine what it would be like to travel through song, through word, through our spiritual musings and our thinking, going all over the globe, finding that Jewish community. So we continue with Lecha Dodi, and where is this melody from?
This is from Morocco.
Page 20.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. 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 Shamor zachur b'diburecha, ki shmiyanu elcha miuchad. Adonai echad u'shmo echad, לשם תפארת תהילה. lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, הקימו כל חברה, מראש מקדם נצוחה, סוף מעשה ומחשבה תפילה. lecha dodi לקראת קלה, ב'nei Shabbat nekavela. lecha dodi לקראת קלה, ב'nei Shabbat nekavela. תתעוררי, תתעוררי, כי באורך ומיורי, אורי אורי שיר דברי, כמו אדוני עלייך נגלה. lecha dodi לקראת קלה, ב'nei Shabbat nekavela. lecha dodi לקראת קלה, ב'nei Shabbat nekavela. בואי ושלום עטרת פניו, גם בשמחה ובצוך עולם, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה. lecha dodi לקראת קלה, ב'nei Shabbat nekavela. lecha dodi לקראת קלה, ב'nei Shabbat nekavela.
We remain standing on page 28 for the Baruch Hu.
Yeah.
Please be seated. As Rabbi Westreich announced and introduced, each one of us is going to speak about something having to do with world Jewry. And the JDC is such an important part of what it means to understand and to be involved with world Jewry. There are many organizations all over the world that Jews work in and are about taking care of the world, sometimes about the Jews and sometimes not. So my story comes from American Jewish World Service, where I had the privilege of serving as a rabbinic scholar and taking several groups, first to India and then to Mucha Kuchka in the Yucatan, where they did not even speak Spanish. They spoke Mayan, and doing service work around the world. And this is actually a story about a group that we sent in the early 2000s to El Salvador. And sometimes groups go once, sometimes they go several years in a row. And this was a group of teenagers that went to El Salvador with American Jewish World Service. And they went to a village, and they helped them to dig a well and cistern system one summer. A big group of Jewish kids. And nobody in the village spoke English. They only spoke Spanish. And some of the Jewish kids spoke a little bit of Spanish. And so they learned a little more Spanish, and they spoke to each other. And there was a group of teenagers who were living in the village, but they didn't have adequate housing. So American Jewish World Service said the next year they would commit to sending another group of Jewish teens from all over the United States to El Salvador to build housing for the teen village. So exactly 1 year later, the next summer, I think it was 2001, another group arrived with their leaders from American Jewish World Service, but they got there on the wrong day. So this bus rolls into the village, it's dusty, all the people come out and they're like, what is going on? And all of these Jewish teenagers, Jewish American teenagers who don't really speak Spanish, come out of the bus and they're standing there and there's no welcome. And one of the teen leaders walks out of the bus to the front to the group and says, hello, we're the Jews. And the group said, yay! They started clapping and singing and hugging the Jewish kids. They were so happy to see them. They just got there on the wrong day. But they remembered that the Jews had come the summer before. So when I think about that welcome of a group of Jewish teenagers showing up in El Salvador, this tiny village, they kind of showed up unannounced because they were a week early. But as soon as this group of people whose only experience with Jews were the summer before when the Jewish kids came and helped them with their water cistern and water and well system, I think about that so much today. I think about when we make our way in the world, how important it is for us to keep doing tikkun olam, to repair the world, no matter what people think about us. But I think back to 25 years ago when my friends led that trip and what it felt, their hearts almost melted to watch these Jewish teenagers see themselves reflected in the eyes of these villagers thinking, oh, the Jews are here, we're really glad. You're the ones, they told them, who help people. Shabbat Shalom.
We are on page 32, Ahavat Olam. This is more of a Eastern European inspired melody. Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha Ahavta, Torah Mitzvot, Chukim Umishpatim, Otanu Limadeta, Akin Adonai Eloheinu, B'shuvei
We rise now for the Shema on page 34. Please be seated and join us with the Ve'ahavta on the next page. Page 32.
ושיננת לבניך ודיברת בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם מאוד על ידיך והיו לטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם אלוהיכם אמן.
Please join with me on page 41. We can read together in the English. Sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come, the song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more, the song of a world redeemed, the song of peace.
And this is a Latin-inspired Mi Chamocha. Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? Mi Chamocha.
those Latin melodies.
Yeah, like that's how you michamocha.
That is how you
That
make
is how you make
hamocha.
hamocha.
Thank you for showing us how it's done, Rabbi Mintz. All right, so, and for waking everybody up. Appreciate it. I did get to travel with the JDC earlier this year to South Africa, to Cape Town specifically, and the advertisement for the trip was like, you get to go to Cape Town, you get to go wine tasting, you get to see penguins, and you get to meet Jews. And so I was there a little bit more, honestly, for the first part of the trip than the second part of the trip, which I considered a nice bonus. And on Friday night, we were told that we were going to a Reform community for Shabbat services. And I do enjoy meeting Reform Jews around the world, but I knew we had been told that a lot of Jews have left South Africa, have left Cape Town, that it is particularly difficult to be a Reform Jew in Cape Town. It's a predominantly Orthodox community, that we were really there to support the community. I think I must have been pretty jet-lagged because we were in South Africa. So I was not very excited for the service that night. I have to be honest, and I work at Congregation Emanu-El, so I was like, I know what a good service looks like, and I'm here to be polite to this group of nice Jewish people in Cape Town. We get to the service, we get to the synagogue, it starts, it begins, and I start looking around like, I was totally wrong. This is one of the most beautiful services I have ever been to in my life. I was stunned. There were maybe 50 people in the room. There were about 15 people on the bima. The whole band was composed of congregants who were really talented musicians. And the whole community was belting the service out loud. And you guys are great singers. You're very, very good. You sound especially good in here. We're going to work towards you belting each song out loud. But we were really washed in music and joy. And then the service ended and they served us this beautiful meal. We sat down together. We got to know one another. And it was just one of those moments that was so much better than I ever could have anticipated. And this week's Torah portion, Parshat Chayei Sarah, contains a moment like that. Abraham's servant is looking for a wife for his son, Isaac. And he goes to the well, and he says, I just want to find somebody who seems nice, who seems good enough. But Rebekah comes up, and not only does she greet him warmly, but she brings water to him, and she brings water to his 7 camels. And he says, this is so much better than I ever could have anticipated. I didn't even know that this is what I was looking for. And so I think we have to keep our eye out in life for those Rebekah moments, for the moments where people greet us with warmth and with joy, people take care of us, and we say, how can we bring those Rebekah moments to each other? So we wanted to ask you to take a moment to turn to somebody you don't know and introduce yourself and share with them what is a moment you can think of, it can be recently or in life, that was better than you expected. Okay? Take a moment to think about it. What was a moment that was better than you expected? If that's a lot, you can just start with your name, okay? Name something that was better than expected.
Great story.
Thank you.
Well, we were friends for a while, but I didn't realize how much I would enjoy being with her until we got to know each other. January 25th, SARB morning, we started to perform together in all sorts of scenarios. So, either people hired us, or at some point we started doing a duo together. We knew each other professionally as well. We were friends through that, but then at some point later on, she broke up with the guy she was with, and we started dating. No, maybe my organized side. I'm the sloppy second. Yeah. Yeah. I had no idea what to expect. Anyway, we go into the crevice.
Anybody to help in the way.
That's cool. Okay. Sorry about it.
So you can.
I can get in front.
Oh, great.
Amen. 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 Page 42. Sound quite beautiful in this room. Do you notice it? I mean, we have this beautiful main sanctuary that's just glorious. But one thing we have in here, though, is acoustics. We can hear each other, and it's such an amazing feeling to sing with you.
That was so nice. That canopy, we were under one another's arms. We now, Rabbi Westbrook said healing blessing, because the healing blessing is next, but when I was feeling the vibes of everybody singing the Hashkivenu, I also think that's a healing blessing so much. It's like so many different ways that different prayers, just because this is the Misha Berach, there's another prayer that might be your healing blessing. And this is our communal healing blessing, so we turn to page 253. So tonight, for those in our community who need healing of body or mind of spirit, we take into our hearts Chaya Bluma, Sam Nasser, Robert Osheroff, Rachel Bat Avraham, Joseph Gerlach, Susan Grossman, Reed Campbell, Chris Redburn, Margie Charon, Ann Vermel, Tipora Bat Bela, Wendy Tipp, Andrew Zettel, Lawrence Wolin, Jeffrey Auman, Kayla Coleman, and if there's anyone else in our community who needs healing blessing, please say that person's name out loud. We will pray for them.
And the melody for this healing blessing comes from Israel. And actually, Rabbi Noah brought it to us.
and the words are El Na Refanala. God, please heal her and him. El Na Refanala, El Na Refanala, El Na Refanala, El Na Refanala.
Prayer invites God's presence to suffuse our spirits, God's will to prevail in our lives. Prayer may not bring water to parched fields, nor mend a broken bridge, nor rebuild a ruined city. But prayer can water an arid soul, mend a broken heart, rebuild a weakened will. We turn now to Tfilat Amidah, our standing prayers on page 46. Please rise.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi ki tegilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise.
We continue privately with the words of the Amidah in our prayer book and in our hearts through page 63. When you have finished, please be seated.
We are on the bottom of page 44. And while this melody is an Eastern European melody, we've brought an African rhythm to it in celebration of our world Jewry music.
ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת מקדשי שבי שבת כולם ישבעו ויסתנגו מטובך שבת ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת ישמחו במלכותך וקורא עונג שבת והשביעי רצית בו וקידשתו שבת חמדת ימים אותו קראת שבת ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת
What's so great about that melody is that there's an opening in the melody. Musicians can correct me, but there's an open space for two syllables there, and so you just interject Shabbat, Shabbat, wherever there's an opening, which is just so emblematic of Shabbat. My story about world Jewry takes place in the United States South. Same country, but in some ways worlds away. A year after college, I graduated from college and I moved directly to Jackson, Mississippi. And I'll introduce a new acronym into your alphabet soup of Jewish organizations, ISJL, the Institute of Southern Jewish Life. I did a fellowship there, Jewish Education Fellowship, the year after college. This is before rabbinical school. And my job was to live in Jackson, Mississippi during the week, and then on the weekends to get in a car, or in the furthest cases, a plane, to go visit widespread, far-flung Jewish communities over what we defined as a 13-state southern region from Virginia to Texas. I'm going to try to remember the 6 communities that were in my portfolio to give you a sense of just how far-flung and just how populated the Deep South is with Jewish communities. I went to McAllen, Texas. I love seeing some nods if you've been there. McAllen, Texas, Blacksburg, Virginia, Rome, Georgia, Nolens, Fayetteville, Georgia, and Chattanooga, Tennessee. New Orleans has a large Jewish community, a large and historic Jewish community. Rome, Georgia has a very small Jewish community. And so as a recent college graduate, I got the opportunity to travel to these communities as large as New Orleans and as small as Rome, and in between, like in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and visit these communities who in some cases are sustained by multiple clergy and staff people, much like we are here. That's New Orleans. And then in Rome, Georgia, Hebrew school takes place in a congregant's home, and there's one class with students that span the ages of 5 to 16. When I think about world Jewry, I don't think about South Africa or Eastern Europe. I mean, I do, but my personal experience is going to the Deep South, which as a Yankee, coming from Montclair, New Jersey, and going to the Deep South after college, it may as well have been a foreign country. And I guess the point and the moral of all of these stories is that wherever you go, there's always someone Jewish. Exactly. Exactly, right on cue. And so whether you're traveling to Chattanooga, Tennessee, Rome, Georgia, Cape Town, Conchega, where my ancestors came from in Poland, Morocco, Colombia, there's always someone Jewish. And the beauty of our tradition is that it is quite portable. That yes, we have sanctuaries and we have Torah scrolls that are physical objects and material objects, but the tradition, the culture, the music transcends any one physical object. And so here we are. I want to bring us back home from our travels over the last bit of time and bring us back here to San Francisco, the congregation of Emanu-El, where we are doing something in many ways traditional and a continuum of many thousands of years of history. And on the other hand, we're charting new territory and innovating left and right. All that together makes us the strong Jewish community that we are. Shabbat Shalom. We'll begin to conclude our service with Aleinu on page 282.
What do you want to do?
Above us, you'll see that there are a number of banners. Each of them contains a word or phrase from our Shabbat service. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Sfatai Tiftach. And here, the orange one says Anachnu Korim, which are words from our Aleinu prayer. So we turn to page 282, we rise, and we begin to chant these words.
עלינו לשבח לאדונך הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו ככם, וגורלנו ככל חמונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. 287 ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום
Please be seated. Tonight, at the beginning of the service, we got to welcome baby Win to our community, who's just been sitting through this service so beautifully, and got to hear about how he's going to live out the memory through his name of his great-grandmother, Audrey. And in that same way, so many of us are carrying the memories of the people who came before us. And we think about who they were to us, and who they still are to us, and what pieces of them we want to carry out in our days and in our weeks and in our years. Tonight we are remembering the Shloshim, the 30 days since passing of Samdaye Ramlochan, of Beverly Gurman, of Michael Steinberg, Richard Otter, Robert S. Bramson, Adam Goodkind, Jeffrey Brown, Philip Vogel, and Donna Albin. We're observing the yahrzeit, the anniversary of death of Esther Abramovitz, Ruth Adler, Tessie Androwitz, Guido Bafico, Doris Goldman Baru, Tilly Batt, Lawrence Bordeaux, Jonathan Bernstein, Faye Beagle, Margaret Blattman, Mary Bloom, Leonard A. Brandt, Leonard Brown, Alice N. Corson, Frida Kosman, Robert Fabian Cowan, Paul Michael Crane Dorfman, Melvin DeHovitz, Linda Watterson DeHovitz, Elizabeth Dennebeim, Paul Epstein, Alan Ferris, Abe Frank, Ricky Friedlander Herrera, Frederick Galloway, Sarah Lee Gilman, Rivoli Ann Golden, Deborah Hesselbein, Moshe Jakubowicz, Jean Kaiser, Ruth Karp, Irving K., Michael Henry Kiak, Walter Kitchell, Julius Nee, Joseph Kopel, Diane Romaine Lando, Forrest Fraser McDonald, Mary Mack, Pearl Masonic, Susan May, Sally Maycock Voss, Margaret Miller, Toby H. Milton, Helen Moskowitz, Pearl Munzer, Joseph Nagel, Rose Neustein, Fanny Orowitz, Jack Oberton, Janice Pisnick, Rose Plissner, Evelyn Plotkin, Joan Reinberg, Elsie Sachs, Arthur Schlosser, Gerald Sherman, Bertram Tonkin, Mary Ann Tonkin, Laser Vestal, Edith Rothman Weinberg, Paul Wingate, Elizabeth Zampa, Joseph Leon Zaretsky, Joseph Zarin, and Itzhak Zisman. Please share the names of those you're remembering and carrying in your heart tonight as I pass my hand around the room. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. Please rise in body and in spirit, and we turn to our Mourner's Kaddish on page 294. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ba'alma divra chirtei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'vyomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'lnei almaya. V'yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shenei dekudsha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush v'chata v'nechemata, ta'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlam maraba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen.
And our closing Oseh Shalom comes from Mill Valley, from the home of Jerome Rawson.
Say shalom b'mama, hu yosei shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru imru amen. Say shalom b'mama, hu yosei shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru imru amen. Yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru imru amen. Yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru amen.
Thank you, Jerome, for writing that beautiful melody for us.
We're going to make kiddush and say motzi, and so for that I want to invite Kyle and Kaylin back up to the Shabbat table. Come on down, and I'll let Cantor Addy give the first
Who
announcement.
has tickets for Sunday night for David Broza? Put up your hands. Okay, some of you,
Nice.
good. There's a lot of you that don't yet have tickets, and I want to tell you, this is not to be missed. It's a solo performer. He's one of the finest guitar players. He's an Israeli singer-songwriter, but he's also a flamenco of the toppest kind of guitar player. Toppest, is that a word? He's a fire hose. If you've seen David Broza before, you know this man is not to be believed. And we get to have him in a solo performance Sunday night. Super special to have him here. We hope that you'll come. It's 7 o'clock show. Please go to the website and buy tickets. Right now, I think we're at 800 seats sold. The room fits 1,300, so we got...
Can you give us a preview?
יהיה טוב, יהיה טוב, כן, לפעמים אני נשבר. This is one of his pop songs. הלילה, הלילה, איתך אני נשאר. He's really, I can't tell you how much
Wow.
unbelievable this performer is, so please come, you will not be sorry.
7 p.m. Sunday night. At 11 a.m. on Sunday morning, we have an opportunity to learn with an Israeli scholar who's visiting us from Jerusalem. Her name is Yiska Smith, and she's just published a book called Planting Seeds of the Divine. It's a spectacular Torah commentary weaving in spirituality to the weekly Parsha. I hope that you'll come learn with us. And finally, also in your Shabbat handout, we have a very special visitor from Israel, Noah Argamani, one of the returned living hostages, who will come and share her story December 17th from 7 to 8 p.m. That's a Sunday in December, right here at Emanu-El. We hope that you will show up and learn and show your support for that as well. But for now, we'll continue with Kiddush, our wonderful, talented 13-year-olds who are blessing us with their joy and their light and their skills. Are going to take the Kiddush cup and start us off, but we are all expected to join in. Page 5.
before we do the motzi, we want to celebrate you, Rita. It's your 104th birthday tomorrow. And
103rd.
One more. No,
Oh my God.
That's okay. And Betty DeVorson, if you're here and watching us, we know that your birthday is next week, I think, and you'll be 100. But right now we're wishing you happy birthday. Betty, we'll wish you too. Rita. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rita. Happy birthday to you. Of course, I'm so happy to see you. Of course.
Tonight we will be making motzi over the singular, well, the wonderful challah. There are two from Donnie Friend. Thank you, Donnie. And I want to invite you two to come step in the middle, and let's all make a chain of transmission towards the challah so that we are all connected and braided together, just like these challah loaves, and let us sing together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lachem min haaretz b'tei avon.
That's the way to belt it out.